Welcome back. We now have Pamela Yonts and Janet Nelson here with the League of Women Voters of Victoria, which is a nonpartisan voter advocacy group here locally. And thank you both for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to hear from you. So this was an organization that was very active in the community several years ago, kind of dissolved. Tell us a little bit about that and why there was a push to bring it back.
I think the push to bring it back really was initiated by one individual, primarily Glenda Nickel. And Glenda is involved in the community in several ways, and she had a dream to reinvigorate the organization because it's so useful, not just locally, but at the state and the national levels as well. And so several months ago, she started reaching out to individuals that she knows that are involved, politically speaking, you know, making sure that we're up on candidates and involved in the voting process, and saying, would you be interested in helping to do this? And for those of us who had not been involved or been a member of the league previously, making sure that we were up to date on what it stands for and the importance of membership in the league.
And it's all volunteer, and you don't advocate for certain candidates. Tell us what the message is. You know, what do you push for? What is your work doing?
For the women to get out and vote, for everybody to at least just get out and vote. That's important for the community on every level.
Do you do it through events, or how do you really encourage people and make sure that they know what items they're going to be seeing on the ballot?
We have a lot of direction and support at all levels, but especially at the state level. And empowering voting and defending democracy is the mission of the League of Women Voters. And in Victoria, there is some independence in that the local leagues have the ability to set priorities. So if Victoria and our area sees something that we need to spend more time on than, say, a Lavaca County, then we're enabled to do that, and we're allowed to do that, as long as we're under that umbrella. But we do get direction from the state organization and some assistance as well.
Okay. And what would be the number one message that you would put out to everyone about this upcoming election here on May 3rd? It's mostly local candidates and issues. So, what are you telling people? What are you really trying to get out to them?
Your voice starts at the local level. If you want to have influence on issues that affect your life day to day, you have to be involved at the local level. When I first moved to Victoria years ago, not being raised here, my father told me, if you're planning on staying in that community, you need to get involved. And you get involved by watching the local news, getting the local newspaper, looking at local elections. And if you don't do that, you're wasting your time. You need to be involved. And this is the way your voice is heard, starting at the local level.
Thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to talk more about the importance of local elections and how you can learn more about who your candidates are, so don't go away. We are back with Pamela Yonts, and joining us also is Woodrow Wilson Wagner II. He's a local political expert, and they're here to talk about what you'll be voting on locally here next month and how you can learn more about the issues and the candidates. So, welcome back.
Thank you,
Pamela, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We talked a little bit a few minutes ago about the voter's guide. Pamela, tell us a little bit more about that and how people can get their hands on it.
Great. I'm glad you asked that. One of the first action for our newly reinvigorated League of Women Voters of Victoria was to develop a nonpartisan voter's guide. And the objective is to put together factual information about the candidates and the races, as well as the proposition, and have this available for people in Victoria. We are going to start passing these out to local businesses this week, and so they'll be available for them to take a look at it. 3 questions were sent out to each of the candidates, the same 3 questions for the school district candidates and the 2 candidates running for the mayor's position as well. They had questions. And for any candidates that were running that responded, their answers were printed verbatim, no changes whatsoever, into the voter's guide. And these are available to pick up.
All right, so just contact the League of Women Voters and they can get that for you. And of course, make sure you get it ahead of the election so that you can, read through it and, familiarize yourself with it. So now, Woodrow, a lot of people will say, oh, it's just a local election. It's just the mayor or it's just the school board. As a political expert, talk to us how important are local elections compared to the state level or the national level?
That's such a great question. I think on the local level, the decisions made by our school board especially are going to affect our lives on a daily basis much more than decisions made by even the state or the federal government. So when we talk about our taxes, when we talk about the quality of our education, we talk about what schools we're going to have, what schools we might build, these school board elections are extremely important. Also, what you have having happen in the national scene is perhaps attempts made to weaken the federal Department of Education. As we know, President Trump has been signing executive orders to weaken the Department of Education. What that means is that decisions on the local level will be even more important. So who we elect to the school board might be making decisions more importantly than they've ever made before in the history of our country, especially if we don't have a real centralized Department of Education this time around. I also want to say that having the League of Women Voters participating in this is a huge deal. Nationally, the League of Women Voters is known as a very reputable organization to do very nonpartisan work in giving voters information. So to have them partner with UHV on this is a big, big deal, and I'm so glad y'all are back with this wonderful voter guide.
We're happy to do it.
Not only is the voter guide put together with information, but everyone is invited to come out and listen to these candidates and actually hear what they have to say, aside from what's on paper. Tell us about this voters forum that is coming up.
We've got this great event and we're happy to partner with the League. They will be participating, UHV will be participating. We're going to have student moderators, we'll have a moderator from the League, we'll have people online being able to ask questions. The Victoria Advocate will be soliciting questions from the community. So we're trying to get everybody involved in this as much as possible, whether they're parents, whether they're students, whether they're college students, whether whoever they are, we want them to be involved in this.
And ask questions
Absolutely.
that they're interested in, that they feel are important.
And participate. And this is how you get involved at this local level.
We appreciate your time and looking forward to covering the voter forum as well, and hearing from the candidates and getting that information. So thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Woodrow. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, still to come, we will find out about an extravaganza with some high-flying fun for the entire family. Don't go away.